Welcome back to Let's Replay Neverwinter Nights 2 original campaign. This is Big Los, and we're in the town of Port Llast. We are here to talk with the captain of the guard here. I guess his name is Hiramos. Let's check the journal. Yeah, Hiramos. Okay, so before we do that, we're going to talk to these two merchants here, Llast and Haljal Throndor. And this guy has the distinction of being one of the only fences we have in the game. First up to this point. I sell armor, and armor only. If you want weapons, talk to Haljal. Okay, show me what you have. We'll check it out. See if there's anything worth getting. Not really. What does this do? Sukenja helm? It only gives sorcerer levels, huh? Not wizard levels. Interesting. And true to his word, he doesn't have anything else except for crafting materials. He has a coin of life, which we could buy, but we're kind of running low on gold considering all the purchasing that I did off camera and in the last episode. Does sell a lot of Mask of the Betrayer type recipes. And molds. Nothing that we need, though. Okay, so we'll talk to this dwarf, Haljal. Hey, old friend, care to look at Haljal Throndor's wares? Okay, since we have the limited edition version of the game, we have the Blessed of Joaquin feat, which gives us access to unusual weapons. You could also give yourself this feat using the console, but I'm not really sure which one it is. Let's see what you have for sale. Let's see what he sells regularly. Blade of the Rashemi. This is very expensive. It's a great sword. It's +3, gives you some spell resistance, and you can use bark skin. Whoop-de-freaking-do. How about bolts? I'm interested in some fire bolts or other elemental type bolts. Dart of Stunning. Does stun. Well, of course. Ice Talon. This is a dagger. Does 1d6 points of cold damage and it's +2. No. No, it looks like the only bolts this guy has are up to +2, and that's about it. What is this thing? Will of the Lost. Oh, this does Vampiric Regeneration +3. This means that for all the damage that you do, you can pull up to +3 points of that damage and put that to your hit points if they're below your maximum. And I don't think he has anything else really except for crafting items, once again. He only sells molds, though. Well, maybe we should take this time to sell some of our stolen items here. Ring of Clear Thought. No, we're going to hold on to that. I think, what was it? You
Something
had it?
you want?
You had it in your satchel? Or do I have to go back and get it? I might have to go back and get it. Yeah. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do.
Yes.
Anyways, we had a studded leather +1 armor that was stolen, and I would like to sell it. And I might still have it in Kelgar's inventory. I might have to go back and get it later. Yeah, looks like I gave Chandra my greater magic bag.
I concur.
I don't think you have it, do you? No.
Yes.
I don't think you have it either, do you? No. In fact, we have to give these to Quora. She's the one who's been holding on to these things. I guess we could sell the breastplate while we're here. Actually, no. We need to use the one with the highest intelligence. That way we get the best price. Do you carry any unusual items? Happens that I do. Though I don't usually advertise. Here, have yourself a look.
Yes.
Okay, now we could sell this. We get 403 gold. Not great, but whatever.
I concur.
Oh, man. Alright, just move over there. And
Yes.
we'll look at the weird items that you have. So he actually does sell armor if you have the Blessed of Joaquin feat. Favor of Ilum Lure. What does this do? It has a massive description. And all it does is improve your dex by 4. We don't need that. We have something that gives dex by 8. This Belt of Agility. Balhodri's Constant Hearth. What is this thing? It's a cloak, but only rogues can use it. Mad Gent's Boots will allow you to remove blindness and deafness 3 times per day. What about this belt? Monks can wear this. Improves strength by 2, and then you get these resistances. Shackles of Asenath. It's a bracer, but only sorcerers can use it. But it improves your armor class by 4 and your strength by 2. That's actually a pretty good item. The Industrious Hands of Pym. Fighters can use this. Improves your dex by 2, and you can use haste. Not really that useful, and it's quite expensive. Sidrian's Touch. Improves your AC by 3, and reduces your bluff. Only bards can use it. And improves your diplomacy. Yeah, if you want to read this, you can just pause the video. Anyways. Now, if we go to weapons, he has quite a few weapons that are very useful here. Bow of the Black Archer. It's a longbow, so we can't use it. Well, Janet can. But you do have unlimited ammo, plus 2 arrows. And it's a plus 2. And plus 4 versus elves. When do we attack them? Pretty much never. About this one. I'm only going to pick some random weapons and then we'll just check them out. This one is a long sword that does 1d6 electrical damage, is plus 2, and it's keen. That's actually a lot. And it's a mithril. Really no point to having a mithril weapon except for that it's pretty light. This one is a rapier that gives you plus 3 to deflection and improves your intelligence by 2, and it's plus 1. Sounds like a swashbuckler weapon. Mage Shield. Gives you plus 3 to deflection. It's a quarterstaff. It's plus 1 by itself, and it gives you an extra wizard level 1 spell, which really isn't that useful. Ah, here we go. The Plate Piercer. This is a heavy crossbow that's plus 2, and you get 2d8 massive critical. So if you get a critical hit, you apply this extra damage. I might actually buy that. That's kind of cheap, considering that these are rare weapons. The left hand dagger gives you plus 2 AC bonus, deflection bonus, plus 4 to parry, so this is just can ignore that. Just plus 1. The true crossbow. Ooh, this is good. This gives you regeneration plus 2. Or plus 3. And it's plus 2 by itself. However, it's extremely expensive. Almost 100,000 gold. And we'll look at this white dragon bow. You get unlimited cold arrows. That's pretty good. And the whistling sling. You get 1d6 points of cold, unlimited bullets, and it's a plus 2 sling. Yeah, I don't think we need to look at the rest of these. Maybe the Spear of Death. Why not? This is probably the most expensive thing here. Oh, no. The Pharaohs Mace is. On hit, slay racial group DC 22 undead. Ooh, that's kind of hard to beat. So if you hit an undead with this, they're pretty much gone. And you get extra turning. That would be good for, like, Casimir. Or for a cleric. Now, looking at, what was it? The Spear of Death? You can use Finger of Death once per day. And it's +3. Not too excited about that. Alright. Well, off camera, I guess I'll have to come back here with my stolen items and fence them here, since they're in the inventories of other party members. Move along, citizen. Okay, here we go. I actually don't think we are a citizen. We are an illegal immigrant. But anyways, this is Hieromos Dothwintle. So let's go engage a cutscene.
I'm surprised you have the courage to show your face here. A lot of people here had friends in Ember. If they find out who you are...
Anyone who interferes with me is going to regret it.
Is that so? And how did the people of Ember interfere with you? You're free to conduct your business here, but you'll be watched. If you have questions, ask them now. I'm a busy man.
What happened at Ember?
Innocents slaughtered. The village burned to the ground. All done by you. My only regret is that Ember falls under Luskan jurisdiction, not mine.
Why are you so certain it was me?
There was a witness to the attack. You were described in great detail.
Bring the survivor to me immediately.
Out of the question. She's been through enough. And besides, you won't like what she has to say.
Alright, let's try diplomacy. I need to speak with all witnesses, no matter what they may say about me.
I said no. You can speak to her at your trial.
Luskan is a threat to you, isn't it?
Of course. The Luskans would lay claim to our harbor for their warships. Having secured such a prominent location, they could mount a swift attack on Neverwinter. Or Waterdeep, for that matter. They talk of a peaceful coexistence, but I know their words to be false. Luskan's difficulties with Ruithim may have come at a fortunate time. As long as Luskan is at war with their island neighbor, they cannot turn their attention elsewhere.
What do you know of Black Garius?
A Luskan archmage of some power. Not someone you want to cross. Like many of the Arcane Brotherhood, Black Garius aspires to rule, regardless of what harm it may cause.
I think you will find that attitude common among most of the Host Tower, and Garius in particular.
What worries me is that he may succeed.
Why do you say that?
He's amassing power at a pace I dislike. I suspect his brothers are beginning to grow wary of him.
What makes you think so?
Followers flock to his side like vultures to a battlefield. 2 in particular keep me awake at night.
They may keep you awake at night, but I have nothing to fear. Tell me who you speak of.
Torio you might know as Luskan's ambassador to Neverwinter. A treacherous snake, that one. The other one, Lorne, lacks Torio's guile, but compensates for it with brute force. He's a savage fighter and extremely good with a blade. I suspect he handles most of Garius's dirty work.
What can you tell me of Port Llast?
I'm no common magistrate with idle time to chatter about village life. I'll be happy to discuss the finer points of Port Llast with you when you're no longer a suspected mass murderer.
Do I worry you?
No, I have more important things to worry about.
Farewell. Alright, so I guess we aren't going to get the cutscene that I wanted, where we get to talk with Elaine. There might be something else that we can do, though. Let's talk to Sand about it.
Yes?
I wanted to ask you some questions.
Very well. What answers do you seek?
Do you have a problem with Cora?
Oh, Cora? Why, no. I mean, well, yes, I suppose one could interpret that I have a problem with her.
Why do you say that?
It's really not worth a copper coin to go into at the moment.
Crap.
Let us just say that we have academic differences.
How high of an influence do I have to get with you? Okay, so we're not gonna be able to get to Elaine that way. What if we talk to this guy over here? Move along. No. And I'm pretty sure that we can't get this door open, even with a knock spell. Oh, maybe we can. Hey, here she is, Elaine.
Chandra? Chandra, is that you?
Elaine, you survived. Thank the gods.
Chandra! It was horrible. They butchered everyone.
Elaine, it's all right. Shh. Look, I brought people to help. We'll get to the bottom of this.
You! Chandra, it's him! Why would you bring him here?
I'm responsible for many things, but Ember isn't one of them.
I saw you murder those people.
No, Elaine, it's not true.
I know what I saw. They had no weapons. Some even surrendered. But he...
We're to help you, not to hurt you.
That's right, Elaine. We're here to help, all right?
It was trade season, and the shipments into Ember had fallen off. I had decided to trade along the south roads. When I came back to Ember, I heard the screams and saw the smoke. I left my wagon and went into town. That's when I saw the bodies. I saw him kill the quartermaster while he was on his knees, begging for his life.
You saw this man here do the killing blow? And was it just him? And where did he...
Sand!
We don't have all year, girl. Nor do I have the patience when the trail of these killers grows colder.
There were others, but I didn't see them closely. I ran as hard as I could to Port Llast, and they took me in. But you did do it.
Or someone that looked the part. There are many magics that can cloak one's appearance, even allow one to change shape.
I know what I saw.
Who else was there besides me? Were any of my companions there?
You had about a dozen of your friends with you. But I don't recognize anyone with you now.
A dozen, you say? Interesting. Do go on.
You didn't see a dwarf, a gnome, a half-demon girl.
Well, no. I believe they were all human.
Well, considering that those two and the gnome account for at least half of us, that might seed some doubt.
But you could have just hired others.
Yes, my dear. But as your hesitation suggests, why would anyone do that when they have trusted allies who would follow one anywhere, despite their common sense? No offense.
None taken. How did you manage to get away if you got close enough to identify me?
I don't know. I just started running. I guess they didn't notice me.
You were lucky, Or perhaps they let you escape.
That's all I needed to know. Thanks for your help, Elaine.
Listen to me. If we can get her to work for us, her story of tears will sway the court in our favor.
Elaine's not some tool, Sand. She's just survived the massacre of her town, which someone caused to get to us.
Girl, if we do not use your friend, the Luskins will, and they will use her testimony to kill our friend here. So, please dispense with your convenient morality. Either we use her or they do.
If I can find a way to use her, I will. If she dies as a result, so be it.
Fine, whatever it takes. When you and Sand get done stepping all over the little people to get what you want, be sure to remind yourselves what you are fighting for.
Oh, I will. Even though that cost me some point of influence with you. And we go one more point towards evil, which we can't really go towards anymore because we're already there. So be it. Let's talk with this guy again.
What brings you before me?
I guess we can't really ask you anything else. Farewell. Can we ask anything of these other guards in here? Nope. I guess not. So I guess we were meant to break into there somehow. It's a good thing I had the knock spell. Otherwise I'd have to go get Nishka. That would have been a pain in the butt. Okay, so let's wander around Luskin. Or not Luskin. We're not in Luskin. We're in Port Llast. Don't get on Hieromos' bad side. He's pretty angry about something these days. Move along. What about this merchant? Interested in this beautiful rug from Kalimshan? No, not particularly. Ah, here we go. The two gnomes, and Leva and Noduab. Oh, the almighty Wendersnaven. The Wendersnaven, yes. Who are the Wendersnaven? The Wendersnaven see all, but none can see them. I see, yes, they see. Yes, but who are the Wendersnaven? The Wendersnaven know all, but none know them. Yes, none know, but we know, yes? No. Oh. I don't think you two are listening to me. It sounds like they're talking nonsense, but there's a strange rhythm to it. It's like listening to a drunk Grobnar. Next time we can bring him in, and he can try to listen. No, I don't think he'll be able to tell what it is either, but I guess we'll try it. Just to get the extra dialogue. Alright, so here is Naya. Careful there. Watch the worms, Sage. I ought to tidy up, but there's never time. Let's do spellcraft. Worm Sage? Isn't that a reagent for preventing undeath? Yes, that's right. You have an eye for the obscure. Does Port Llast have an undead problem? No, it's Ember. A little village north of here. The people were slaughtered horribly. If their bodies aren't tended, they'll return as undead. It's only a matter of time. I've not been to Ember since the massacre, but I've heard that the bodies are rotting where they fell. Why haven't the bodies been buried? Ember is in Luskin territory, and the Luskins haven't bothered. Not that I'd expect anything less from Luskin. Surely you could see that this is a crime. Those corpses mustn't be left to rot, nor should innocent souls be condemned to torment. Perhaps you could help. You seem a hardy sort. Can't you tend to the corpses yourself? I would and gladly, but Hieromos has forbidden me to leave. I am his only advisor in arcane matters, and he doesn't want to risk losing me. That's what he says, at least. Why are you so concerned about all this? That is a long story, certainly not one that would interest you. I'd still like to hear it. Very well. I am in love with a cleric of the Lord of the Dead. I never told him how I felt. I didn't realize it myself until he was gone. He left Port Llast years ago. I have written countless letters to him and to his church superiors, but I have heard nothing. Did he leave because he thought I did not love him? I thought that if I carried out his work, he might hear of it in return. That sounds like a certain Doom guide from a certain expansion that we have played already. Please, I know you must think me a fool, but surely you can see that Ember's dead deserve to be tended. Will you help? I will. What must I do? I knew you would understand. Look here. This is a worm sage extract, mixed with some other reagents. Need only sprinkle the bodies with this extract. If any souls remain trapped within, their negative energies will be suppressed, and they will be free to pass beyond this world. And overly dramatic description and assumption of the properties of souls. Whoa, what are you exercising, Chandra? But she is correct. The Worm Sage will serve to fight the necromantic arts. Here, take this bag. Sprinkle a pinch of the powder over each corpse you find, and that should be enough to put the spirit to rest. I'll wait here for your return. Yeah, but we want to see what type of shop you have. Well met again. Show me what you have for sale. So we can get a belt of agility +4, but Janek doesn't need it. He has the best one you could get, +8. We could get a greater battle robe. We only have the regular mage's battle robe. The greater one, it's not really that great. Spell resistance 14 as opposed to what, 10 for this one? Spellcraft +3, concentration +3, armor bonus versus evil +2. Nah. I don't think it's worth the 21,000 gold. Shar's Belt of Priestly Might and Warding. Get +2 AC bonus, deflection, you increase your strength by 4. Only evil can use it, so we definitely can, and we could do Magic Circle against alignment, particularly evil, since we're fighting a lot of evil in this game. Although if I'm evil and I cast the Magic Circle on myself, does that mean I can't leave the circle? Normally I think it would mean that. Ooh, and we can buy some spells now. Unfortunately, I think we have all of these spells. Cone of Cold. Let me pull up the spell book. Yeah, we do have that one. I am kind of running low on level 5 spells. This one is a level 4. I think we have it. Confusion? No, we don't. We're going to buy it and describe it. It is an enchantment. So we're going to need to buy one of these scrolls and then give it to Sand. Okay. Contagion is a level 4 spell. Looks like we don't have that one either. So we have 2 spells described for Sand. Dominate Person is a level 5 spell, which we might have. No, we don't have that one either. Make that 3 spells that we're going to have to scribe. Okay, we definitely have this one, that's level 4, we have that one. Haste we have, invisibility, lesser mind blank we might not have, that's level 5. Nope, we have 4 spells that we have to scribe for Sand. Alright, let's go down here. Raise Dead, anybody can use this one. However, we might be running low on money. No, it's not that bad. Remove Curse is a level 4 spell. I think we do have that one. No! My goodness. Okay. Now we have 5 spells. See invisibility, that's a divination spell. Remove disease is a cleric and druid spell. Shadow Shield is a level 7 spell. It's kind of a lot of money to spend, but we are going to want this scroll. Summon Creature 5, I know we don't have. This is one that we cannot scribe for Sand. Tasha's Laughter and Tensor's Transformation are 2 spells that we have already. It's a level 2 spell. Okay. So we're good on scrolls for right now. What about little trinkets? Amulet of Natural Armor +3. We don't have the money for it though, unfortunately. Nasher's Ring of Strength. You get strength +3. That might be a good one. Ring of Freedom of Movement. This is not as great as it sounds. For some reason, like, you can still get paralyzed and stuff when you wear this ring. It doesn't work like it says it does. Ring of Regeneration. This is definitely something I want to buy later when I have the 87,000 gold that we're going to need for it. And this one will give us 4 extra slots. The Wanderer's Ring. However, it's going to cost us about 17,000 gold. Rod of Thunder and Lightning. We could do Chain Lightning and Soundburst. Well, I hope we get more money later. Ring of Force Shield. It's +2, but looks like only certain classes can use this. And we're not one of them. Ring of Invisibility. Okay, so we know what we want to save up for. Is there a Beldril here? Yes, I do want to buy this. That will allow me to make another helmet of intelligence +8. Headband of intellect. And we could buy some more enemy drops here if we need to craft. There's another coin of life. We really haven't been using it though. That's a good thing, I guess. These giant heads are pretty good. Gives you really powerful essences. Good prices too here. If you can grind it up, the essences that you get, if you just want to sell them, will give you more money than what you spent. So it is kind of worth an investment. And here's a magic bag. Too bad we can't afford it. There's a King's Tier. And we have Storm of Zahir, Mask of the Betrayer recipes. There's a Rogue Stone. That's kind of useful. Star Sapphires are pretty useful. And that's about it. So I will scribe those off camera. Those new spells that I bought. But for now, we're going to go into the Alliance Arms Inn. And we have some guards here. Only a few more hours for what? Oh, of guard duty? I think these guys are going to turn hostile on us. So it might do us some good to put on some greater stone skills.
Yes.
I think that's about...
Listening,
Oh yeah,
really?
you too.
You have need of me?
Let's summon some undead. Alright, now we have a Ghast and a Wraith. That should be enough to handle this little party up here. You there. Stop right where you are. Get out of my way. I've done nothing wrong. Nothing wrong except murdering a village full of innocents. I said get out of my way. We're not leaving until justice is done. I could see you want to fight. Well, you've got one. Actually, let's say this. Like I've said to numerous other people, I'm not responsible for what happened. You'll forgive us if we don't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. We're going to arrest you for disturbing the peace. You're going to become violent, and regretfully, we'll be forced to kill you. Come on then, let's see if you can do more than just talk about killing me. You'll find we're a bit more challenging than unarmed villagers.
The land is against you!
I doubt it. Uh-oh. Oh no! Well, I had a screw up with my recording software, but thankfully the game didn't crash. Let's just move back and we'll cast some of our more powerful spells. That should take care of them. And that's it. Put up your weapons. What's going on here? Who's saying this? Oh, some more. Attack me and you'll end up just like them. If I didn't know that those four were always too quick to turn to violence, I'd clap you in irons right now. We'll inform Hieromos of what happened here. You're free to go, but don't cause any more trouble. Okay, sounds like they're a little scared to me. Glittering necklace, some distilled alcohol, and a copper necklace. Ah, so I guess the alcohol was to blame, huh? What is this? Remove disease. Bloodstone potion made, 10 gold pieces. I guess we'll give this to Bishop. Over here we have some padded armor +1. It's a little heavy. We'll take the gem and the 180 gold pieces.
Something you want?
Chandra can take the padded armor.
Yes.
And over here is a healer's kit +6. Alright. Now, I don't remember if there was any hidden items here or not. I don't believe there was. But I could check off camera, and I might have to. But let's go into the Alliance Arms Inn. We need to have a chat with some of the people in here. Okay, this is Falgor, the proprietor. Welcome to the Alliance Arms. What can I help you with? Can you tell me anything about what happened at Ember? I could tell you plenty, but whether any of it's the truth, well, that remains to be seen. Just tell me what you know. Take this rumor for a start. Some folks say it was the beasts of the Duskwood that savaged Ember, revenge for disturbing their nests or some such. Frankly, I'm inclined to believe that one. That's the wrong word there. Port Llast had a bit of a werewolf problem not too long ago. Ah, some foreshadowing. Wouldn't surprise me if there's more of them hanging about. Never mind that. I think I can handle werewolves. There was this Luskin woman sniffing around a while back. According to her, some adventurers strolled into town and slaughtered everyone just for chuckles. Nothing but lies come out of Luskin lips, so you can ignore that one. That's just my opinion, though. That's another foreshadowing. Anything else? Then there's Elgun, one of my regulars. He claims he was there, saw the whole thing. I wouldn't exactly call him a liar, but he's always talking about his adventures, which conveniently happen when no one else is around. Other than Elgun, you don't know of anyone else who saw what happened. Well, Hieromos seems to have a guest staying with him nowadays, with guards and all. Could be one of the attackers, more likely a survivor. Where can I find Elgun? Head on over to the common room. He's probably telling the story for the 100th time. Okay. We'll do just that. This is him over here. I had just lined up my arrow on the deer when I heard a growl. I turned, and there was the biggest, blackest wolf I'd ever seen, coming right at me. Lucky for me, I had my enchanted dagger with me. With its jaws only inches away from my throat, I lunged, and with a quick twist of the blade, I cut out the beast's heart. Ooh. I was a bit tired after all this fun in the Duskwood, so I decided to head to Ember to rest up. That's when I smelled the smoke. I ran there as quickly as I could, and what did I see? The village in flames, the defenseless people being slaughtered by cruel and evil men. There were dozens of attackers, heavily armed, aided by foul creatures. Demons, I think. So what did you do? You don't think I could do? I attacked. I cut down 2 of them before they knew I was there, but the others, seeing what a threat I was, ganged up on me. I slew several before one of them snuck up from behind and knocked me unconscious. The enemy must have thought me dead, because when I woke, they were gone. Yet hardly a scratch on him. A tale well worth its weight in words, no doubt. And what of Ember? Sadly, I was too late. Everyone was dead. There was little more I could do, so I returned to Port Llast. At least you tried, Elgun. The man is clearly a fool, but it is his audience that concerns me. Such tales could be used against us. We should question Elgun and see about the facts of his tale. I haven't seen you around before. Just passing through? You saw what happened at Ember. I did. I'm sorry I couldn't have done more to stop it. It is a miracle you survived. Indeed, Timora was watching over me that day. Did you see who led the attack on Ember? Regretfully, I didn't. Otherwise, he'd have been the first I cut down. I spoke with a survivor. I heard there was only about a dozen attackers at Ember, and nothing was mentioned about demons. A survivor? Well, that's good news. With all the smoke, I'm sure I could have been mistaken. Tricks on the eyes and all that, haha. Now, if you'll excuse me. Farewell for now. It's a slippery one. Let's ask around town and see if anyone else can help us shed some light on some of his more flamboyant statements. Okay. But first, let's talk to some other people in here, like Malin. Ah, Malin, still playing Girl of the Wood. Bishop, I was wondering when you drag your sorry carcass back to Port Llast. You waited for me. I'm touched. Then again, it's not like you could have tracked me down if you wanted to. I take it you two know each other. You could say that. Liking him is another matter, however. This half-elf slip of a girl here nearly got me and herself killed several times over while scouting the Luskan border. Impatience, incompetence. These things get scouts killed. That's the trouble when you're not fully an elf and not fully a human. It's like you've always got something to prove. It's a good thing I have you instead of her, then. And we gain a point of influence. My thoughts exactly. So what's your business in Port Llast? So we're going to save this question about Bishop until after he's out of the party, because then we'll get some more information. I'm investigating the murders in Ember. What's to investigate? The village is destroyed and everyone's dead. Could have been brigands, or gods know what else, but a Lord's justice won't bring those villagers back to life. Do you know of anyone who might have witnessed the attack on Ember? Maybe. 3 days gone, I was passing just south of the Duskwood when I was spied a column of smoke. I'd say it was coming from the ridge just above Duskwood Grove. Could have been some travelers stopping for the night, or it could have been that someone's made a home for themselves. There's a cave up there, and a good spot for a camp. Either way, the grove is an hour's walk from Ember, maybe less. Whoever's up there may have seen what happened in the village. I appreciate the help, Malin. Just watch your back. The grove's not known for being friendly to strangers, and if somebody made a home on that ridge, well, could be they're just crazy. You better hope it's as simple as that. Anything you can tell me about this place? Depends on what you mean. I don't know much about Port Llast, but I could bend your ear for hours about the land betwixt here and the Luskan border. Mostly it's trackless forest. Though they say the wood has magic properties. Me, I don't cut down trees. Not when there's dryads and worse lurking about. More foreshadowing. The only place of note is the Duskwood Grove, but it's gone strange of late. Used to be deer there, and plentiful hunting. Now something's driven all the deer away. Nothing but ferocious beasts and stranger things for miles around the grove. Wait, Didn't Elgun say he was hunting deer when Ember attacked? Unless he was hunting deer that were uncommonly strange and ferocious, I think the man has some explaining to do. So what brings you to Port Llast? I'm fresh from the Duskwood Grove, took a wound from a dire boar, and the beasts gave chase, otherwise I'd not have stopped in town. Anything you can tell me about this place? Depends on what you mean. I don't know much about Port Llast, but I could been... Okay, we already asked this. Yeah. Even a ranger can find trouble in the grove, so you do better to stay away. Okay, farewell. So we got a little bit more information that we can confront Elgun with, but let's talk to Calindra. Any pardons, but I have a lot on my mind. Something wrong? My partner, Bradbury, he is 2 days late for our meeting. He is a northerner and a fool, but he is good with pick and wedge and has brought much silver to my house. I was planning on taking him to Am with me, but he heard tell of valuable ore in Duskwood. You two are miners? I am an artisan and a master trader. Strength can mine a quarry, but wit is needed to fully utilize it. Until Bradbury returns, I cannot leave for Am. I cannot find work in this place. These northern folk will not deal with a stranger. What does Bradbury look like? He's hard to miss. His hair is bright orange like flame blooms in the desert. If you happen to see him, just tell him I'm still waiting. Okay, can we ask you anything else? My partners, but do you have any news of Bradbury? Well, we never left. Not yet. We'll return if we find anything. Okay, let's confront this guy again. Back again, and I'm sure I can spare some time for you. Let's talk about Ember. Sure, alright. What do you want to know? You were hunting deer in the Duskwood? Malin says there's no deer to be found there at all. I saw plenty. I don't know what she's talking about. Now, if you'll excuse me, farewell for now. We're gonna need one more piece of evidence to get him to confess that he is a liar. I don't remember if we have to go around town to find it, but we'll give it a shot anyway. I don't know if there's anyone else we can talk to here who's named. No, I don't think there's anything on this part of town either. Port Llast, citizen and merchant. If you need weapons, talk to Halgel. Yeah, thanks. No, I don't think there were any hidden items here. No, I think that's it for Port Llast. Okay. Well, I guess we could make our way to the village of Ember and do some investigating over there. This stop at Port Llast really wasn't too helpful. Let's rest first. And then we'll head on over there. Will we be able to finally find some evidence that'll help clear our name? Find out next time! This is Big Low signing off. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, and Tengu Mindia.